Hey guys, TheBearsFan06 here, and today we have our third installment of the spells. This one is going to be about Preempt all. We're only doing Preempt all, and we're not doing Preempt single target because there's quite a bit of Preempt all guys between the rares and the epics. What Preempt all does is it attacks when the line is formed. So these Preempt all fighters go first before any attacks or spells or cast by opposing or in your current team. So Preempt goes first. So real easy. Well, how it works is it's based off of the rogue's attack. So here's the attack symbol here, which means the spell is based off attack. So when you superfuse, you want to use attack typically for when you're superfusing. So we're going to rank the rares first from worst to best based on attack, and then I will tell you what's the best rare based on price, because there is some older fighters. So let's get to it. So the first one we're going to talk about, these first couple we're just going to go through really quickly. You guys may not even notice that these were Preempt all, but these fighters are. Anti is real basic, 588 attack. He's probably the worst Preempt all fighter there is. So he has 588 attack. Now, Preempt all novice really doesn't matter too much. Like I said, the first few we're going to skip through pretty fast. Fondwell is also a Preempt all with 612 attack. Next is Rosemane is 655 attack. Zuthusu is 669 attack. Misia is 673, and Pinaria is 686. So these rares are real super basic. So they're pretty standard, really cheap. They're just real basic. Next is Munatai. He is the gold bug that was released a little bit ago. Cool thing is they keep having them in the game to get more of the rares forms of them in the uncommon forms as well. Total of 2,119 attack, 1,361 HP, 2,206 agility. This guy's actually really good for starting out players. There's a lot of them available, which is awesome. It's Preempt all, which is good starting out for people who are trying to PvP at lower levels. Because of the Preempt all, you get to attack first, which makes it easier. With PvP, it's 9 versus 3. If you can take out one of the 3 fighters, the odds of you winning skyrocket. So with 3 of these on there, you probably can take out their weakest fighter, and then it'll be a little bit easier for you. Then the last one we're going to talk about is Gold Fleece. Gold Fleece is definitely the best Preempt all rare that's available. It's slightly higher attack. I believe it's slightly higher HP. Yeah, slightly higher HP, slightly higher agility. They basically re-released Munatai with slightly worse stats than Gold Fleece. Now, the problem with Gold Fleece is he hasn't been in the game for a while. The last time he was in the game was Twilight of Dragons event release, so it was a long time ago. And they haven't really put any in the game since then. I can't remember. Maybe once they put some in a Docksite build, but overall, he's definitely the best rare. But let's re-rank these now as pricing. So the first 4, Anti, Fondwell, Rosemane, Zoo, actually the first couple more than that, 6, Misia, and Pinaria, they're all basically 5 bidders for 5 out of 5 or less. They're basically junk throwaway fighters. No one really wants them. Next, I would rank Gold Fleece. The reason why Gold Fleece is really expensive, he's 40 to 50 bidders per 5 out of 5, which is super expensive, especially compared to the next guy. So the number 1 ranked rare for Preempt all is definitely Munatai. You honestly can get one for like 5 to 10 bidders for a 5 out of 5. Slightly worse stats, barely worse, but he's massively cheaper, like really cheaper. You literally could buy like a 1 or 2 rare superfuse fodder to make his attack higher for the same price that Gold Fleece. Gold Fleece is just for people that want to show him off really now at this point. You'd want to go with him, especially being that cheap. So that's the rare fighters. So Gold Fleece is definitely the best rare Preempt all. Munatai is the cheapest rare Preempt all. So if you're looking for a rare one, you're starting out the game, go with Munatai. He's your best option. The other ones you can get, they're about the same price as him, so why would you, considering he has massively more attack? So go with him, guys, if you're looking for a rare. We're going to move on to the epics now. Alright, so now for the epics, we're going to go from worst epic to best based on attack, and then I'll go for pricing. So the first one is Armalice. Ranking her in last place. One reason is her skill is novice, not adept, which all the other ones are, not all of them, but most of them are adept. But she comes in at 2,043 attack, 4,999 agility, which is nice. The next one we're going to talk about is Ironclad. He is decent too. He used to be one of the best ones actually back when I first started. Now unfortunately he's fallen off the charts quite a bit. Notice again he's novice, not adept, and he has 2,046 attack, 2,685 HP, and 5,006 agility. He is basically just slightly better than Armalites, not too much, but overall he's a good fighter. Not as good as he used to be, but the problem is novice, not adept, so it doesn't do as much damage. The multiplier is not as high. The next one we're going to talk about is Dogon. He ranks in at third from last. His adept skill, so he's finally adept instead of novice. He has 2037 attack, 2676 HP, and 4989 agility. Overall, he looks really cool. There's actually a recolor on here. I don't know who came first, but one of them is the recolor. But overall, though, he's a decent fighter, decent attack. Nice that he's adept and not novice. Coming in at fourth place is one of my favorites, Derp. The reason why Derp ranks fourth, which could be disputed with the third ranked one as well, but I'm going off of attack for this. When we go to pricing, you'll see a difference. 2,080 attack, 5,091 agility, which is awesome, and 2,730 HP. Depth as well. Everyone knows Derp's a really good fighter. His price has gone up quite a bit recently. Derps are great because of their agility and their decent attack. Super fuse them, they're actually really good. Moving into third place, Aldolenia. She ranks third. Now her downside is less HP than Derp, but and less agility, but about 800 more attack. So she does beat him in the attack class. This is where third and fourth place you can determine who you would pick. Me personally, I chose Derp. The speed and slightly more HP does it for me versus the slightly more attack. Both of them are very good fighters. Who you rank as third and fourth is totally up to you. But like I said, for this, going on attack only, she does beat him out. Next is second place. I had a hard time ranking the second, but it is still a really good fighter. The problem is it's Preempt all as novice, not adept, which is why it's not as good as the first place person. You probably already know who's first place. He does have more attack than the first place person, but the novice over adept is what kills him. If he was adept, he would obviously be the best Preempt all fighter. Problem is novice has a lower multiplier, so when it does the preempt, which it does every turn, it does technically less damage than the first place person. And finally, first place obviously is Inzuna the Firebird. 2688 HP, 4089 attack, 4239 agility. Obviously the best preempt fighter in the game. You can tell that by the high level players use them, or her, whatever you want to call her. And the price as well. Overall, though, definitely the best fighter, and why it beats out the other one is because it has adept versus novice. Let's go rank it based on pricing, so give me 1 second. Alright, so I ranked them from worst to best based on pricing, in my opinion. Coming in last place is Atan. Reason why is because it is roughly 600 to 650 bidders. So in my opinion, if you're going to spend that much on this guy to get the novice skill, really just save up a little bit longer and buy the next one, so the 6th place one. In Zuno, I'd rank 6th. The reason why is a lot of you guys can't afford 1,000 bidders, basically. She's roughly 1,000 bidders to get a 5 out of 5. Price is what kills her. Amazing fighter, obviously, but price-wise, it'll take you quite a bit of time to get one unless you spend real money. But overall, I'd rank her number 6 based on price alone. Coming in at number 5 is Ironclad. Reason why Ironclad comes in number 5 is first, he's novice, not adept, and also his pricing. He's fairly rare at this point. He was re-released slightly during some paid builds, but overall though, he's roughly like 140 bidders. So it's not worth it for a 5 out of 5. The reason why is because the next fighter, number 4, Armorlice is basically the same exact fighter, but she's half the cost, actually less than half. I've seen a couple up for about 60 bidders for a 5 out of 5. This fighter is actually really good for the price. You literally could buy a whole line, 3 of them, for the price you would pay for like a Derp or Aldolina or Dilligan. So really, to be honest, if you're starting out, this might be one of the fighters you want to go with. And maybe you can find some on the market that are already super fused with attack for around the same price, which would make it even better. So always check that out. If they have more than 20, 43 attack, the odds are they were super fused. So check it out when you look at the different 5 out of 5s up there. One might be a little bit more expensive, but who knows? It could be super fused already 3 times. So definitely check it out. I think this is one of the better fighters. The reason why I don't rank it as number 1 is because of the novice, not adept. But price-wise, this clearly is number 1 at just 60 bidders. But I think there's better fighters, even though they cost slightly more. Next, I'd rank Dilligan. He's not super expensive, but he's decently priced. Roughly about 300 bidders. Now that I think about it and talking about it, I think I'd rank Armorlice over her, to be totally honest with you. I know the adept is nice and the decent attack, but I actually want to backtrack. I'm going to make him number 4, and I'm going to make Armorlice number 3. I changed my mind. Decided to go with that. I think just the pricing for Dilligan is just not there. I think it's too expensive because it's too rare at this point. I'm going to go with Armorlice as number 3. Number 2, I put Aldolina. The reason why I put her at number 2 is because of her HB and agility. They aren't as good as the number 1, and now we obviously know Derp is number 1. Derp can outspeed her easily and kill her based on the low HP before she can even attack. So to be totally honest with you, I'd rank Derp as number 1. I love my Derps. I have 2 of them with my Inzuna. I could easily sell one off for an Aldolina, but I'd prefer not to. 2730 HP, almost 1,000 more HP, just slightly under 1,000. 800 less attack, which stings. But if you check out the HP and the massive agility difference, Derp is clearly number 1. For pricing, he's about 200 bidders. Which isn't bad at all. If you're going to go with Preempt all guys, though, your goal is you want to get 3 of them, really. Having just one's not as good, in my opinion. If you're going to go with 1 Derp, or 1 Preempt all, you might as well just go 3 single target Preempts, because they'll do more damage. But 1 Derp is good, but you want to get 3 of them. So if you're going to do something, maybe start with Armorlice and then sell one when you can afford a Derp after you sell her, and then keep repeating, get enough, save up, sell Armorlice, get another Derp. That's what I would suggest. Start with 3 Armorlice and then sell one off at a time when you have enough when you sell her to get a Derp. But that's it, guys, for this video. Hope you enjoyed the breakdown of the Preempt doll. If I missed any fighters, I do apologize. I'm using Wiki's search to show me all the Preempt doll skills. It's not 100% accurate all the time. I know sometimes it throws fighters in with the wrong skill when I'm searching, and sometimes it doesn't even throw certain fighters in. So if I did miss a fighter, I do apologize, but I don't think I did. I think I actually hit all of them. But hope you guys enjoy. Any questions, please tweet me or post in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.